Alright guys, so we're going to talk about opening an account in the Netherlands with one of the three main banks, which is the AMRO, ABN AMRO, ING or ING, and Rabobank. So which bank do you choose? Okay, so obviously you can check online and you can see which one has better deals or which one maybe saves you some money or which one, I don't know, the fees are cheaper or whatever. You can check, but to me, honestly, they more or less cost around the same, maybe off by €1. Like, it's not really, you know, some maybe cost €2 a month, some maybe cost 3, one maybe cost 5, I don't know, but it's around the same. The tool that I used to try to determine which bank to go with is I actually went on the mortgage calculators of the banks. That's what I did. So I entered like a salary, let's just say like, I don't know, man, 50K. And I calculated on each bank with the same criterias, like, you know, whatever loans you have, like they ask you all these questions. And I checked which one gave me more money to buy a house. Now, when I did the mortgage calculator, I did it, and the bank that gave the most money was ING, ING. So that was the bank I was like, okay, I'm gonna bank with them, because then when I'm ready to buy a house or invest, I can get most money from them than I would whatever else bank. So that was my reasoning for going with ING as my bank choice. So what I did was I booked the appointment, which was really hard to get, but I got it. And then I went to the appointment. The appointment was just very interesting because it was raining really hard that day. And I was prepared, like, you know, I even came early to my appointment. But then, like, when I came to the appointment, the address is not a bank. And I was just like, what? So I came early, and I was blind. Like, I didn't have my glasses on. So I was like, oh my God, like, why can't I see the bank? So, and it was raining, so I was trying to walk around to try to find it. And I was getting a little bit like, what is going on, you know? So then I called, and I don't know if I asked people or not, because no one was really, like, it was raining, like nobody was outside. It was just like me walking around. So then I called the location, but obviously it's not the location. They don't have their own phone system. I called and it redirected me to like their call center people. And they was just like, that's strange. Like, the address we gave you is the bank, you know? And I was like, damn, like, that's crazy. And usually you can notice the ING stuff because ING has like this orange distinct, like, you can't miss it, you know what I mean? So I was just like, I know I'm blind, but like I'm not colorblind either. Like, I could see bright orange, you know what I mean? So I was like, why don't I see this bank? Why don't I see this bank? And they was just like, yeah, this is the address, ma'am. Like, it's right there. And I was just like, oh my God, like, I'm losing my mind. So anyways, I was walking around like the whole, because it's like a whole plaza, the location that I was going to open my bank account at, because it was like an area that I've never been because I couldn't really get appointments around where I was. So I was going somewhere completely new. And it was raining, and just it was like a whole plaza, like a big place, and they had streets, and just I was just like, where am I going? Like, you know. Anyways, the time is coming closer to my appointment, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I don't want to miss my appointment, because Dutch people are very strict on their appointments. Like, if you show up late, you know, they can't really accommodate you sometimes, or if you miss your appointment, you know, they have an attitude about it, because they're just like, why didn't you just cancel or something, you know? So I didn't want to lose my appointment, or I didn't want them to not be able to accommodate me, because, you know, I really needed to open a bank account. And I called them again, because I'm like, I'm about to be late to my appointment, right? I'm about to be late, and it's just like, I came all this way, you know? So I called them again, and I was just like, listen, man, like, I know I'm not crazy, because I am here, and it's no ANG. I see no ANG sign, no ANG building. There's no orange lion nowhere. Like, you know, I'm looking, like, I've been looking for the past 20 minutes in the rain. I'm walking around, you know, and my feet is getting wet, and just like, I'm not, like, you know. And then the lady was like, okay, I understand, you know. And then she's like looking, she's trying to research and stuff, because I can't call the location directly, right? Or else I could be like, yo, where you at? Like, you can't do that. So I remember in Toronto, I could call the locations. Like, you can call TD and the location itself, you know. But you can't do that in the Netherlands. So eventually she was like, oh, I see now. What do you see in front of you? And I told her, I was like, I see a post office. That's the address. She's like, yeah, the bank is there. And I was like, what do you mean the bank is there? She's like, yeah, the bank is there. You have to go inside. And I was like, go inside the post office? She was like, yeah, go inside. And I was like, at this point, like, honestly, I'm so annoyed and I'm so tired that I'm just like, okay, miss, stay on the phone. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? So I go inside the post office, and she literally was like, so the lady, so when I walk into the post office, there was like a lady outside smoking her cigarette. So I'm just like, oh, hello. And she's like, hello. And I walk into the post office, and then like one of the ladies that was shipping boxes or whatever, because there was a bunch of people in there just doing their shipping stuff. And then whoever was doing the shipping stuff, she's like, hello. And I was like, hello. And from the time I walk in and she was saying hello, I see it in the back. I see the orange. And I'm just there like, in the post office? I was like, these people so... I don't believe. So I'm shocked. So I walk to the back. Nobody's there. I'm like, damn, like, is the post office lady gonna come open my bank account? Like, what's going on? Because I booked the appointment, you know? So eventually the girl who was smoking her cigarette outside with her jeans came in, and she's like, oh, are you here for the bank? And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, you have an appointment? I was like, yeah. I have an appointment to open a bank account. She's like, okay, I can help you. I was like, so I was like, jeez. Like, listen, the reason I said I was so shocked is because all that was in front of me was a desk and a computer. There was no chairs. I couldn't sit down. She couldn't sit down either. She was standing, opening my bank account, and it was just a table, a computer, and in the back they had a printer. That's it. 3 things. That was my bank. That was my bank. And I was like, so at this point it's comedy to me, because I'm just like, what is going on? Like, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before in my life, you know? So she's like, yeah, do you have your passport? And I was like, yeah. And so I gave it to her. And then when I booked the appointment, you fill out a lot of the stuff online. So it was really fast. Like, she didn't have to do too much. So anyway, she was doing the stuff, whatever. And she's like, okay, you're good to go. And one thing about opening bank accounts in the Netherlands is they don't just give you or you have a bank account all of a sudden. You have to go through an approval, which is very strange. But they have to approve you to get a bank account. And I never understood why they have to do that, but I was recently told why. It's because they was giving bank accounts and opening bank accounts for a bunch of criminals, and you know, then the tax office found out, and then the tax office fined one of the banks like 4 point something billion. So now all the banks, they go through like an approval process. So when you open a bank account, you don't just, oh, okay, we're gonna send you a bank account. They don't say that. They say, okay, we have sent the application and they need to approve you. Once you are approved, they will send you your bank account information. So that's what she did, right? She did it. She's like, okay. And she's like, okay, it's sent. We're waiting for the approval. And then once it's approved, they're going to send you your bank card and all the information for you to activate it to your house. And I was like, okay, cool. No problem. Can I get like some type of confirmation? And can I like something that says, oh, thank you for applying, like something, you know, because whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, you know, like I have the screen here that I sent it and everything, but my printer's broken. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, yo, you gotta be joking with me. So y'all got a table, a computer, a printer, you got no chairs, no building, no segregation. It's not the office, okay? It's literally a table in the back of the shipping store, okay? And you mean to tell me your printer don't even work? So at this point, I'm just like, okay, ma'am. I was like, you send it though, right? You send it. She's like, yes, I send it. To this day, I have never gotten no bank letter, no nothing from this bank. I've not gotten nothing from the bank. I don't know what happened. Maybe they rejected me. Maybe they thought I was a criminal. I don't know how they could judge me like that though, because, you know, I'm just here minding my business and the business that minds me. Maybe they rejected me, but I would think if they reject me, they would at least send me a rejection letter like, sorry, we rejected you because I don't know, we don't want you. But like nothing. I have never heard nothing from this bank. Never heard nothing. And it's okay if she maybe made a mistake and she didn't send it, but like on my thingy that I fill out for my appointment, you fill out all the documents already. Sometimes you even upload your passport picture on the appointment thing. Like you already fill everything out. You just go to the location more or less for them to just verify and process it. So it's very fast when you opening bank accounts. You don't have to sit there and they typing. You fill a lot of it out. If you have a Dutch passport, you can even open a bank account online. But because, you know, if it's your first time opening, then it's kind of hard. But if you have one account, you can open multiple accounts without having to go to the locations. You don't need to go to the locations. But because it's my first, you know, they need to verify, they need to have my passport and all of that. I have never received anything from this bank until now. So I'm just like, damn, did I get rejected? Did she do something? I don't know. You know, I don't know. So, and I know for sure it's not because like maybe the mail got lost, because when I opened another bank account, they sent like 20 mails. So I'll get into that, but like something went wrong. I don't know what it is. And then I always said like I'm gonna go to the bank and find out, but then you have to book the appointment and whatever. And then there is this one location I saw, like an actual location, not like a table, an actual location. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'll go in one day and find out what happened. One day we'll follow up on this story, what happened to my ANG account. But that's my experience with ANG, and I didn't end up banking with them because of whatever reason. But that's the tool I used, and that's who I wanted to bank with. It is, in my opinion, the second most popular bank in the Netherlands. I think ABN is the most popular, and we're going to talk about them next. But that's ANG for you. I did see online on their website they have some great deals for business entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So definitely, you know, depending on your situation, you can definitely you know, get an account with them. And they are a few locations, and they are very popular as well in the Netherlands. So that's about ING and my banking experience with them.